Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media Update. So, the Washington Commanders last week clinched a playoff spot for the first time since 2020 and have 11-win season for the first time since 91. Now, not on top of that, Terry McLaurin and Jayden Daniels became the first duo to be quarterback and wide receiver duo to be in the playoffs since 91 as well. Now, it's, they are something that's remarkable for this team, going through the changes that they have been going through the things that they needed. I mean, with a new head coach, front office, all of that stuff. We sat down, we talked about it, we researched it, we went through everything. It's amazing time to be a Washington Commander fan because of the fact of the matter is that the Washington Commanders have been on a record-setting season. And due to their star quarterback, rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels, who has broken a few records of his own. He just been named for the 11th time Offensive Rookie of the Week. And just know that he has an opportunity to go 12. It all depends how they play out tomorrow's game against Dallas. If they handle Dallas, then I think Jayden Daniels will not play. He'll probably play 3 quarters. I say that much. But it's just to keep the playoff seeding in the 6th spot. I think they're gonna want to lock that up and everything like that. So, Sports Illustrated wrote, say, for the second time in his career, Washington Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin is headed to the Pro Bowl. Taylor Heinicke and Carson Wentz split time as the star quarterbacks during the time that the Commanders season, as well as McLaurin, who was recognized for his talents and hard work. Neither of them was given the same recognition. In fact, that this year Terry McLaurin was an alternate. Matter of fact, that year Terry McLaurin was an alternate who made the cut later and was not part of the initial roster of that Pro Bowl season. This year is different, though. Not only is McLaurin on an initial roster, but his partner also joins him, Washington Commanders rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels. It is a blessing to be recognized by your peers and coaches and fans as well. I really appreciate all the fans around the country for for voting for me, especially Commander fans, and not just for myself, but for my teammates as well. They really show out and show out for us, game in and game out. So, and that's what Terry McLaurin had to say about that. But and then I went on to say that the 2 offensive weapons selected to the Pro Bowl is just another sign that this version of the Washington football is truly different and special. It is a special that time after time we are comparisons between what was happening now and what was going on in the early 90s. In fact, this especially applies to the fact that the franchise hasn't had a quarterback and a receiver duo in the Pro Bowl since 1991, as I stated earlier. That's history. You know what I mean. McLaurin said when asked about how he and Daniels hit a franchise mark and hasn't been reached over 3 decades. That's crazy. Over 3 decades that this team has not had a quarterback or wide receiver, to be in the Pro Bowl. And I think, last year that we had some Pro Bowls on that team, but it's nothing like than having offensive weapon that represent your team, especially when it comes down to your quarterback to make the Pro Bowl. And Jayden Daniels had the most Pro Bowls vote than any quarterback in the league. You know what I'm saying? So that ought to say a whole lot because if if you really if you really look at Jayden Daniels, how he really carried himself, he carried himself in an peculiar way that we have not seen from certain quarterbacks in the league. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he gets you hype up again the game, but he plays the game, he talks. But Jayden Daniels allow his talking to do on the field. He allows his work to be on the field. And the thing about it is that he don't talk much, but he goes out there and do it. He has that demeanor like, hey, I'm into the game. We had chopped it up after the game, after we win or whatever the case might be. But just know over 3 decades, this team has came from a place of darkness into a bright, bold light right now. And fans are excited. Fans are ecstatic over it. Yeah, I mean, who would have thought the Washington Commanders right now would have been 11-win team right now? Nobody thought this at the beginning of the year. But after 5 or 6 games, I said that. I said that they're gonna win 12 games. I laid out their schedule for game by game. I just believe. I believe. I didn't went on gut feeling or emotion, just talking hype. I just went on pure instinct and say, hey, this is where I think this team is because of what Adam Peters and what Dan Quinn, the hiring and how they put this team together. I really felt high that this team was going to be very, very competitive coming into the season. And hey, nobody gave this team a shot. A lot of people, especially in the media, say, "Oh, they're a 6-win team, 7-win team, or 8-win team. They might not. They're gonna miss the playoffs." You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing they say, "Oh, they ain't got no weapons besides Terry McLaurin on the offensive line." But guess what? You know, Sakirs um, stepped up. Um, Crowder came in, stepped up. You know, Eckler stepped up before he got hurt. Robinson been in and out the lineup. He stepped up some. Rodriguez stepped up. You know what I'm saying? De'Ami Brown stepped up. You know, after we traded away, what's his name? Zach Ertz, old man Zach Ertz stepped up. And to me, I'm gonna say this: Zach Ertz done more than what Logan Thomas had done. Even though Zach Ertz had got hurt in some of the games, but he made himself available. Same thing like with Logan Thomas. Some of them hits Zach Ertz took, Logan Thomas would have been out for about 4 or 5 games. We want to see him. We still ain't seen none of the other tight ends. You know, Benson that comes in there, John Bates comes in there. But at the end of the day, this team played together. That's what it was about. They played together. It didn't matter who they had or didn't have. They all played together and they just all believed. And when you have a franchise quarterback that comes in with the right mindset and the attitude, then you have a team with a coach that believes in you and you want to fight for them. That's what makes it so special. Because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of y'all might not realize this, but when this team start winning, they do actually win a Super Bowl. Them players that like them disgruntled players like the Chase Young um and Jahan Dotson, they gonna wish they had stayed and stuck it out and put in the time and the work to be a part of this team. That's just being honest. Because sometimes you could want out and you go to a situation where it's not as pleasant. You're an afterthought. And they could have been a part of this. You know, Jonathan Allen, he could have gave up. He showed his frustration last year, but at the same time, you know, he stuck with the team because they sat down and talked to him. And that's what ownership did. They want to talk to the valuable players on this team. Look at Deron Payne. We was talking about a couple of years ago, we was talking about Deron Payne getting traded because of his incident with Jonathan Allen on the team. And guess what? He showed out the following season and then end up getting a big contract. You know what I'm saying? Montez Sweat, we all love Montez Sweat, but he was just as a casualty of war. He had to go. New management came in. Ron Rivera made minimal impact. I say that. I'm not going to give them a whole lot of credit on it. They brought some people in. Hell, a lot of people always say Jay Gruden brought a lot more into the table than Ron Rivera, which I believe. You know, and it's crazy. Ron Rivera talk about, oh, make sure he get a ring. Well, guess what? You're not going to get a ring for having a disastrous team. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no credit for that. You missed the playoffs a year ago, 2 years ago. You missed the playoffs, and you sat there and say, "Oh, you had a chance to make the playoff when you had Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke." And you said, "Oh, I didn't know if I needed to make the playoffs." You knew that. Then you made another bad draft and everything. But nevertheless, that's old ancient history right now. It just goes to show you right now that how the Washington Commanders are rolling, how they are being built, how they're being constructed. This team is going to build on the success that they had this year. Now, there's a lot of speculation going around by Cliff Kingsbury looking for another head coaching job. The Bears are calling and all of this stuff. And I'm not entertaining all of that. I'm entertaining nothing but pure facts about this team going into the postseason, facing either Tampa Bay or the Rams. That's all I'm worried about right now. I'm not worried about nothing else. Now, other news right here. Bobby Wagner nominated for Man of the Year, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. And I really hope that he gets it. He's been a veteran in the game. He done won a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks. He's been, he's been one of the top. He led the team in tackle for the last few years. So, I mean, I would love to see him get it. That would just be icing on the cake. He gets it. Jayden Daniels, obviously he's going to win Rookie of the Year. We got Pro Bowls. I still think Frankie Louvu and should have been a starter in the Pro Bowl with all the sacks that he has gotten. I mean, it's what it is. But nevertheless, man, I just think the Washington Commanders on they have a bright future as long as they keep everything going in motion the way it's supposed to be. And that's all I can say. But salute to the Washington Commanders right now. I think tomorrow is a very important game for them. I think they need to win this game to keep that 6th spot locked down, because you don't want Green Bay to win and you lose that, and then you drop back to 7th, and then you have to face somebody like either Detroit or the Eagles. You don't even want that in the first round. You will want that probably in the latest rounds, if one of them end up canceling each other, knocking one of them out, then hey, that's what it is. But I'll definitely be locked and loaded, into the game tomorrow, making sure that the game. I might go live tomorrow. It depends. Um, but if I don't go live, I definitely do a recap to the game and everything like that. So we didn't beat Dallas the first time, and we definitely need to beat Dallas this time around. And we also know that Trey Lance is starting, so we don't have Cooper Rush. So maybe, hey, just maybe, we could get this win over Dallas. Then that means we'll be 4-3 in the conference. We swept the Giants, split with the Eagles, and we'll split with Dallas. So that'll put us 4-3 in our division. That's not a bad way to start your first season under a rookie quarterback. But again, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Let's raise some hell. Let's get this last win. Go 12-5, and then let's go into the playoffs and make it happen from there. Until then, I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.